Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's easy level puzzle. And take that easiness with a grain of salt because it's considered easy by the people on the Logic Masters Germany forum, and there's a lot of really smart people there. Today's puzzle is called Not So Little Killers by Sunny K. And here are the rules. We have normal Sudoku rules apply, which means in every cell in the grid, place a single digit from 1 through 9 such that there are no repeats in any row, column, or designated 9-cell region. We also have just little killers, where a clue outside the grid gives the sum of the digits along the indicated diagonal. So, for example, these 3 digits must add up to 11 because there's 11 here with an arrow pointing this way. As an example, say we had a 2 here, this would have to then be 5 because these 2 digits must add up to 7 because we have a 7 pointing as an arrow in this diagonal here. And those are all the rules. If you like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay, we have 70 along the main diagonals. What does that mean? We also have 37 along this diagonal here. Okay. That's interesting. So along these, well, we also have here 28. Does that help us any? No, never mind. That doesn't really help us any. So we have 70 plus 37 along this diagonal. Well, we know the max for these 5 has to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And for these 5, it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Same with this. So that's 105. And then with these 2, that could be 9. So, is that helpful? I don't know. We do have 12 in this direction, but that could be something. Yeah, that's not helpful. This is the interesting one. So we could have 105 plus 18. That's still a lot. Yeah. That means we have 16 degrees of freedom. And what I mean by degrees of freedom is you can decrease the smallest number by that amount. But that's 16, obviously, which is a lot. So that's not very helpful. Well, what about if we look at the main diagonals? So if we have diagonal here, and diagonal here, right? What degrees of freedom do we have for those? Well, you have 7, 8, 9 is the max. So that's 24 times 3. Which is... Wait, is that 72? Yeah, 7 plus 8 plus 9 is 24 times 3 is 72. Okay, so that's a pretty big... Right. So that means you have 2 degrees of freedom along both of these main diagonals, right? Because you can get up to 72, and we have two digits which decrease. So that means these are 5 through 9 at most. And these are 5, these are 5 through 9. The 5 is the minimum possible for any of those digits. because we know that you only have 2 degrees of freedom that you can drop the lowest digit that amount, right? And since it's 70 versus 72, that's the maximum amount you can have, period, along these diagonals is 72, right? 24, 7, 8, and 9 times 3. And 24 times 3 is 72. So that means we have 2 degrees of freedom to work with, where we have to drop 1 digit, essentially, at most. This cannot be... Okay, so if we had a 5 here, that would drop both degrees of freedom, but then this would have to be 5, 8, 9, and this would have to be 5, 8, 9. So that's not possible. Also, we know these digits are 1, 2, 3, and 4 here. Because we have a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 quintuplet in box 5. So this can't be 5 because that loses too many degrees of freedom. I think we can't have 6 either. That means it has to be 6, 8, 9 in one way, but then it has to be 5 in the other way. So one of these is going to be 5, and it must be with 8, 9 in the central box, right? One of these has to have a 5, which loses the 2 degree of freedom, so it has to be with 8, 9, which means the other set has to be 6 and 7. And because of that, we lost 1 degree of freedom from going 7 to 6, and another degree of freedom going from 8 to 7. So these have to be 7, 8, 9 here. So this must be 7, 8, 9. And if one is 5, 8, 9 going one way, the other one has to be 6, 7, 9 going the other way. Right? So this has to be 9 here. Not 6. This has to be 9 here. And this is either 5, 8 as a pair or 6, 7 as a pair, losing 2 degrees of freedom. So this has to be not 5 or 6. This is 7, 8, or 9. This adds up to 28. And we know these two digits have to be at most 5 and 6. So that's 11. Hmm. 28, this is 11 at most, which means this is 17 at least. So this is 8 or 9. And this is 8 or 9 here. This must include a 6, and it has to be 5, 6, or 4, 6. Because, again, we have 11 at most, plus 9 and 9, that's 18. So that's 29. We have 1 degree of freedom. So the 4 could drop here. We know this is 6. This must add up to 11. So this cannot be 9 here. 9 would have to add up with 1 and 1 to add up to 11. We know one of these two is a 9. So this cannot be 9 here, because this is at least 8 and 9, and then 5, 6. It could be 9 and 9. Either way, this can't be 9, and this can't be 9, because it must add up to 11. So it's either 1, 2, and 8, or 1, 3, and 7. And we know one of these is a 1. So where is the 9 in box 9? It has to be here. So this is 9, which means this cannot be 9, and this cannot be 9. To add up to 26, we know this is, again, 5, 6 at most, so this must add up to 15. So then you have 6 through 9 here, and 6 through 9 here as a possibility. But we have a 7, 8, 9 triplet in row 9, which eliminates 7, 8, and 9 in the rest of the row. This can't be 7, 8, or 9. It's 6. So this is 6 guaranteed. 6 plus 11 at most is 17 plus 9 has to be 26. So this is 9, which means this cannot be 9 here. This is 8, which means this can't be 8. That's 7, which means this can't be 7. That's 8. Therefore, this is 8. This is 11. Therefore, that makes this 9 here. And this has to be a 5, 6 pair. And this is 1, 2, and 8 to add up to 11 here. That means 6 cannot be any of these digits. So the 6 again adds up with the 7 to add up to which we lose the 2 degrees of freedom. So 6 has to be one of these two, which means the 7 has to be consequently here to add up to 13. So this cannot be 7 here. This has to be a 5, 6 pair, because 5, 6, and 9 add up to 20, plus 6 is 26. So that leaves this as 1, 2, 3, and 4. This becomes a 3, 4 pair here, because we know this adds up to 11. Well, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4 triplet in row, or quadruplet in row 9. So this can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, it's 5. This can't be 7 or 9, it's 8. Which eliminates 8 here, so that's 7. This can't be 7 or 8, it's 9. This can't be 8 or 9, it's 7. This can't be 7 or 9, so it's 8. This can't be 7 or 8, it's 9. This 8 eliminates 8 here. And this can't be 7 or 8, so this is 9, which means this can't be 9. That's 7, which means this can't be 7. That's 8. Okay. This is 36. And this is 37. This adds up to 12, so it has to be 1, 2, and 9 to add up to 12. Okay. So this is done. The main diagonals are essentially done. We know... So 8 has to be one of these 3. Eight cannot be either of these digits. So 8 has to be one of these two. And again, it adds up with 5 to add up to 13. 13, so this is 24 plus 24, 48, plus 9 is 57, and then plus 13 adds up to 70. So since one of these is 8, this cannot be 5 here. We need the 5 in one of these two spots. So we know 7 is here, 6 is here, 8 is here, and 5 is here. That's interesting. So 8 cannot be here or here or here or here, so this must be 8 over there. 8 can't be here, so 8's one of these 3. Okay, these add up to 7. It's 1, 6, 2, 5, or 3, 4. That's not helpful. Let's look at... So this is 36. 9 has to be one of these two here. And then has to be one... It cannot be here, cannot be here. Okay, this can't be 9. So this has to be 9 here. Right. That means we have 8 9s. We know where the last 9 has to be. It has to be there. 7 cannot be here, so 7 has to be one of these two digits. Because we have 7 here and 7 here. Same with this. This is 7. 7's one of these 3. 7's one of these 3. 36. This is already 17. This is, though, at most 6 and 8. Right? 6, this is at most 6. 6, 8, 6. So the most this diagonal can be is 17 plus 14, 31, plus 6 is 37. So we have 1 degree of freedom along this diagonal. So therefore, this must be 8 here. Because the 7 in the box cannot be here. And this can't drop more than 1 degree of freedom, so this has to be 8. And this is 5 or 6 here. This is 5 or 6 here. So we have 6 and 6, sorry, 8 and 8, that's 16, plus 9 is 25, and then this must be a 5-6 pair. We have a 5-6 pair in column 6, which eliminates 5 and 6 in the rest of the column. This can't be 6. This is 8. So 8 plus 5 adds up to 13. That forces this to be 7 and 6. That eliminates 6 here, so this is 5. And then to add up to 36 along this diagonal, it must be 6. So that's 6. So no 7 here. This can't be 8. This can't be 8. Where is 8 in row 7? It has to be here. So that gives us all 9 8s. This can't be 7. Along this diagonal, we have 8, 9, 9. So that's 18 plus 8 is 26. So this must add up to 11. And there's no 7. So this has to be a 5-6 pair. Which means this can't be 6 because of the 6 in the row. So this is 5. That's 6. 6 eliminates 6 here, so that's 5 and 6. 5 eliminates 5 here, so it's 6 and 5. Okay, so then we've done this diagonal and this diagonal. We've done the main diagonals. We have not done this one. We have done these smaller ones. We have not done this one. So probably next we look at this. This diagonal is 37. We have 14. What are the maximum possible amounts? So this would be 5 and 6. This is not 7. So 5. So 5 and 6 is 11. Plus 5 is 16. Plus 3 and 4 is 7. So 16 plus 7 is 23. Plus 8 is 31. Plus 10 is 41. We have 4 degrees of freedom here. Okay. No, this can't be 5. We just lost 1 degree of freedom. So we have 3 degrees of freedom. Okay, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, where is the 5 in row 4? Cannot be any of these digits because of the 5 in the box. Can't be these digits because 5 in the box. Can't be here because of 5 in the column. So it has to be here. 5 cannot be here or here or here. So 5 has to be one of these 2 digits. Where's 5 in column 3? Can't be here because of 5 in the box. Can't be here because of 5 in the row. So it must be here. So this is 5, which eliminates 5 here. So this is 5 here. Again, this is at most 4. This is at most 4 because you can't have a 6 here. So these are 1 through 4. And this can't be 2 because 2 and 5 add up to 7. So this could be 3, 4, or 6. But this can't be 6 here, so this must be a 3, 4 pair, which eliminates 3 and 4 in the rest of the box. Therefore, this is 1, 2, 6, 1, 2, and 6. Again, what's the main possibility to add up to here now? We have 6 and 8 and 5. That's 19, right? Yeah, 19 plus 4 is 23. Plus another 4 is 27. Plus another 4 is 31. plus 3 and 4 is 7. 31 plus 7 is 38. So we have 1 degree of freedom. So the 3 can drop to a 2 there potentially. The 4 can drop to a 3 there. The rest of row 5, sorry, row 4 is 1, 2, 3, 4. The rest of column 3 is 1, 2, 3, 4. Where is 6 in column 1 and column 5? It has to be in rows 2 and 3. So that eliminates 6 in the rest of rows 2 and 3. So this can't be 6. Therefore, this is 6 here. This can't be 6. So we have 1 through 4 here as possibilities. 1 through 4 here, 1 through 4 here. In column 4, we have 1 through 4. In row 7, we have a 3-4 pair. What is the maximum for these digits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 as possibilities. This is 6 and 4 at most. That's 10. Plus 4 is 14. Plus, okay, so we know there's a 4 here. So this cannot be 4 here. Because we have 1 degree of freedom left here. 6 and 4 plus 4 is 14. 3 and 4 is 7. 14 plus 7 is 21. Plus 4 is 25. Plus 5 is 30. Plus another 4 is 34. So we have 5 degrees of freedom this way. So the 6 could actually drop to a 1 there. This is a 3-4 pair. That eliminates 3 and 4 in the rest of the box. So this is 1, 2, and 7. 1, 2, and 7. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7 there. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7 there. We have 3, 4, and 7 remaining in column 7. Okay. Remaining digits in column 8 are 1 and 2. Hmm. 10, 18, 25, 29. Um, 30, 34, 38. Yeah. That's basically 4 times 4, which is 16, plus 19, 35, plus 3 is 38. Okay, yeah. So, where's 4 in column 4? It must be one of these 2 digits, which eliminates 4 in the rest of that box. So this can't be 4. Because we know this can't be 4 anymore. let's take a look at what these are. So we're going to mark one with, okay, so let's remove the colorings then. We're going to make this yellow and this orange. So this cannot be orange. This is yellow, which makes that orange. This orange means this can't be orange. This is yellow, which makes this orange. So here, along this diagonal, we have one that's orange and one that's yellow, which means they are both the 3s and the 4s. So we've lost our degree of freedom now. Therefore, this must be a 3-4 pair. So this is a 3-4 pair, which eliminates 3 and 4 in the rest of the box. This can't be 3 anymore. This is 4 guaranteed. So this has to be a 3-7 pair here. That eliminates 4 in the rest of the row. This is yellow. This is green. Sorry, orange. I don't know why I said that. Let's make this blue and green here. So this is blue, that's green, which makes this green, which makes that blue. Yellow cannot be here or here in box 1. So yellow has to be one of these 2 digits. So yellow is one of these 2, which means yellow has to be one of these 2 here. We know yellow is one of those 3, so that's not helpful there. Yellow has to be one of these 2. Orange cannot be here or here. That's not helpful. Orange cannot be here, so orange has to be one of these 3. Not too helpful there. Okay, so if this is a 3, it loses 2 here. So either this loses 2 or it loses 0 this way. We have a 1-2 pair in column 4, which eliminates 1 and 2 in the rest of the column. So we have a 3-4 pair now in row 1, which eliminates 3 and 4 in the rest of the row. So this can't be 3 or 4. This cannot be the yellow 3-4 here, which means this is the yellow 3-4 here. That means this is the orange 3-4 here. This is the yellow 3-4 here, which means orange 3-4 has to be one of these 2, which is not helpful right now. But we know this can't be 3-4 because of 3-4 pair in the rows. This can't be 3. These can't be 3. Okay. Where is 3 in row 4? It has to be one of these 2 digits, which means it cannot be in the rest of box 4. So this cannot be 3 here. Okay. We did lose a degree of freedom here. Okay, so let's add up the maximum now. 10, 13, 6 is 19, plus 4 is 23, plus 5 is 28, plus 4 is 32. So we have 3 degrees of freedom. So this 6 can drop to a 3 here. So we have, if this were not 6, this would be 3, 4 as a pair. That's 7, 10. Um, 7, 10. Well, the problem is, say this... Okay, so if this were 3, 4 as a pair, and this is 3, that means yellow has to be... I guess that could be orange. That could be orange. Okay. We don't know. So orange has to be one of these 3 also. That's interesting. Right. Okay. So 3 and 4 is 7 plus 3 is 10. 2, 4, 6, so it's 16. Plus 4 is 20. Plus 5 plus 4 is 29. So that does work if this is 3, 4 as a pair. Interesting. We have 4 here, 3, 4 as a pair here. Can we make these both 3? So if these are both 3... Remaining digits here are 1, 2, and 7. Oh, right, we have the 3, 4 pair here. So where is 4 then? In box 6. 4 has to be here. Right, because this is a 3, 4 pair guaranteed. Right, because yellow can't be here. Yellow can't be here. Or here. Or here. So the yellow has to be there. So this becomes a 3, 4 pair. So this has to be 4 because 4 can't be here and these are all set. So this has to be 4, which means this can't be 4. That's 3, which makes this 4, which makes that 3. Okay, so that limits things a lot. 3 eliminates 3 here, so this is 7, which makes this 3, which eliminates this 4. 7 eliminates 7 here, so this has to be 7 here. So along this diagonal, we have 3 and 3. Now the maximum is 10, 3, so 13, 19, 21, 26, and 30. We have 1 degree of freedom left. So this cannot go 6 down to 4. So this has to be 6 then. So that's 6, which eliminates 6 here. So we have a 1, 2 pair in box 2, which eliminates 1 and 2 in the rest of the box. This can't be 1 or 2. It's 7. This can't be 1 or 2. It's 6. That means 7 cannot be here, so 7 has to be here. This can only drop down to 2 or 3. So this is not orange here, which makes this have to be orange here. So it's not orange there. This is not orange. This is not orange. Therefore, this must be orange here and is 3. So that makes this 2. So the yellow must be 4. So yellows are 4. Oranges are 3. And that adds up to 6, 4, 2, 12, 18, 22, 27, and 2. So this is 2, which makes this 1, which makes this 2, which makes that 1. That makes that 2 here, which makes that 1, which makes this, all the greens 2, and blues 1. This 2 eliminates 2 here, so that's 1 and 2. This 2 here eliminates 2 here, so it's 1, which makes this 2 and 1. This one eliminates one here, so it's 2 and 1. I hope you have enjoyed this puzzle, and if so, I would appreciate, yeah. We will definitely rate this puzzle. It was good. Lots of degrees of freedom. The logic behind this was not hard, was not challenging. It was easy. Execution-wise, would that be... It's close to easy. I think overall this was a pretty well-constructed puzzle. Yeah. Really, it's just the break-in and then basically making sure you don't make any major mistakes on the other little killers, right? Or the not-so-little killers. Well, I hope you enjoyed this solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.